Hey, welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. We're gonna play the DLC, the Frozen Wilds. After finishing the main quest, the game world has been reset to before we started the end fight. So yeah, we're here at a northern area into Banuk land. Oh, I have 4 skill points. That's wasted on cover. Order dismount strike. How about precision plus and mount repair? I can always call a new mount, right? If it dies. Okay. We can already see Banuk drawings. What are these glowing thingies? These are cables, right? Why do they glow even? There's no electricity, is there? A goat. There's the metal devil. An abandoned camp. Or abandoned cart. More like. Oh, I need to sell my stuff again.
What are you doing, Aloy? This path leads to the cut. The Banuk have nothing to offer besides useless mysticism. The Eclipse won't stand idle while you waste time playing in the snow. Return to your task.
Surprised you're still checking up on me. I thought you had moved on.
Yeah, didn't you move on?
Forgive me for still being concerned with the fate of the world.
I was thinking, Banuk shamans thread blue cables through their skin, right? Kind of like someone else we know, huh?
Yeah.
So maybe the real reason you want me to stay clear of the Banuk is to stay clear of your past.
It's not the past that concerns me, Aloy. It's the future. Or possible lack thereof. Which is why you should stop prattling and get back to what matters. But as usual, you'll do as you wish.
Touchy.
I'm glad you realized that. I can do what I wish. Yes, I already thought that maybe Silence, who has been to Banuk and learned their ways to get his technological prowess, but we already know that his knowledge stems from Hades. Oh my god. What is happening, game? Don't give up on me.
Gonna come in handy?
Uh-oh.
This one's a new predator. Can see the heat coming off it.
Scorcher. Epsilon Override. A very agile and dangerous combat machine with fire-augmented melee attacks and a mounted mine launcher for ranged engagement. Weakness, fire and tear. Shooting this thing will trigger an explosion. Or actually destroying it will. Epsilon Override, that's nothing we have, right? Oh. Why is there a demonic machine? What is that? Demonic machines are more powerful and have stronger elemental resistances than their normal counterparts. They are a force to be reckoned with. Oh, it's like corrupted machines, but it's a different sort of corruption. Demonic machine, okay. And the Scorcher we see now is a demonic machine. It's glowing purple. Yeah, I wanted to find out if I can override them. I mean, I guess we can't override demonic machines, but I mean, in general. How do I check that? Weapon, spear? No, it's a new cauldron, Epsilon. Okay. Got some time until he comes back. Okay, or not. What the heck was that? Why did he freak out? Do we want to fight it? I mean, we can try. I suppose.
Fire's no good against it.
Oh, shizzle! Right, fire's no good. Ouch! Holy crap! Okay, holy crap. Okay, maybe that was a bad idea. Okay, okay. Okay. Oh my god, it killed me. Yeah, maybe it was a bad idea to anger that machine, because not only was he a new kind of machine, but it's also a demonic machine. And I don't have any health potions, which I forgot. I'm just wondering who the machine was fighting.
It's a new predator. I can see the heat coming off it.
Do we want to engage it? I don't know. I have enough stuff, you know what? I've got enough stuff. Okay, bye. Oh my god. I'm full health, though. God damn it, fire doesn't work here against that machine. Would that be the case for all new machines? I would have understood if code doesn't, like freeze, doesn't do anything against those machines. What's this sound?
Outlander on the mountain!
Okay, that's a welcome, I guess.
What the hell was that? Hello? Why is this camp empty? Oh, I can't save here? This is not a campfire? Hello? Natural light.
You sure you'll be warm enough up here, Nora?
I've worked up a sweat from the climb.
Banuk guard. I'm welcome here, right? Kinda look down on the Nora. Of course, I mean, they haven't seen a Nora in their lives, probably, because we can't leave the embrace and stuff. How do they even know I'm a Nora?
You made it to the cut, Outlander.
Not that you'll stay long.
What does that mean?
This is Song's Edge, biggest settlement in the cut.
These are dangerous lands, Outlander. Deadly, even.
Okay. Don't you have shamans who can control the machines or something?
Smoke rising from the mountain. And the village, too. What's it
Oh,
for?
wow. What? Why do I have to investigate the smoke? Song's Edge. Are there any merchants around here?
You died on Thunder's drum. Your songs will not be forgotten.
Okay.
In times like these, we must not forget the importance of ceremony.
They're all looking at the smoke. They're quite worried.
Ray's been gone a long time, but she will return. You must believe she will return. The young hunters have learned a lesson from Thunder's drum. Sometimes, loss is the price of survival.
Okay, very philosophical. No one cares about me because they're all looking at the smoke. Or worrying about it.
You died on Thunder's drum. Your songs will not be forgotten.
Thunder's drum.
Must be something big going on. Most of the village is moving towards that smoke.
There's the campfire.
The young hunters have learned a lesson from Thunder's drum.
Okay, let's see. Wait, the source of the smoke?
Sometimes,
Oh,
the price of survival.
everyone's gathered here.
Bad omen for the rich.
Aloy, don't be rude. Awesome.
Get ready for a rare sight, Nora. Bergrin, purveyor of necessities. Most of the time, the Banuk burn their dead, but not today.
What do you mean?
Because the bodies couldn't be recovered.
Aye, a nasty business. All their best warriors lost. So they're getting a different kind of send-off.
Are those shamans? A huge horn? It's a machine attractor. Oh, these are friendly. Oh, wow. Wait, they're riding the machines?
Grasp your grief, my hunters, and kill it! For our kin sees the fate all Banuk long for, falling with their spears striking steel. Their struggle is over now. You have witnessed their spirits rise up into the blue sky and beyond to the blue light.
What?
But our struggle is only beginning. Soon, we will again take up the hunt against the daemon that frenzies the machines against us. And so I ask you, can you summon the courage of our fallen kin? Will you fight and die as well as they did?
My courage! My spear!
Our blood is in your teeth, Aratak!
We are Banuk. Our enemies are prey.
The daemon. That frenzies the machines.
Machines that wiped out their best. And what do they want to do? Go back up there. Fools. A little advice, for free.
Aloy.
Aloy. I've been up here for 2 long winters, and I still can't make sense of the Banuk. Take this ruckus. It started with one of their shamans, Orea, spouting on about spirits and demons up on Thunder's drum. So they march their Warwick up there, and half of them get slaughtered by machines. When Orea vanished, I thought the crazy might have gone with her, but no. Here's Big Aratak, gearing them up to do it all over again.
Okay. Orea, who's she? A shaman?
And Orea is the one who spoke about this daemon?
That's right. Told Aratak and the others that it lives up on Thunder's drum, and they believed her.
But you don't.
Look, I don't know what Orea found up there. A shaman's not going to talk to an outlander. The machines in the cut are getting more vicious, that's a fact. It could be because of the daemon, or it could be because they all got indigestion, for all I know. But Orea's not around to explain. She took off, and no one knows why.
Took off? You mean she fled? Or did she took off to the Thunder's drum?
Is Aratak a renowned warrior around here?
He's a Warwick chieftain. His voice carries a lot of respect. Not that you hear much of it. Man talks about as much as a dead fish. But when he and Orea came to town with their Warwick, it drew more Banuk to this little burg than I'd ever seen. Know what else I saw, Aloy? My own little trade route, stretching all the way back to the claim. Then, he goes and leads them off to their death at the claws of angry machines. So much for my best customers.
You're quite pessimistic. I mean, I do understand you. Oh yeah, what's a Varrock? I was about to ask that myself.
What are these Warwicks about, Bergrand? Some sort of tribe within the tribe?
Not like our clans back home. You don't get born into these things. They hold tryouts. Prove your best at something and you might get a place. Some Warwicks come and go. Some last as long as metal. The whole Banuk territory, Banur, is just a bunch of the biggest, oldest Warwicks.
I'm not sure if I'm less confused or more confused.
Well, Here's the sure thing. Each Warwick has a chieftain and a shaman. They make the decisions. All well and good, except the chieftains are hard-headed, and the shamans have their heads in the clouds.
But apparently they can control the machines, right? We know this for a fact.
What is it about the Banuk you can't make sense of?
Well, everything's a test to them. A hardship to endure. A challenge to survive.
Seems like they don't have much of a choice in a place like this.
A land cold enough to crack teeth, filled with wild animals. You think they'd accept a little reasonably priced aid? Don't believe me, I've tried to convince them. But a Banuk with nothing left to prove might just lie down and die.
Have you ever heard of a man named Silence? Tall, deadly serious, cables in his skin? Like a shaman?
I've heard that name once or twice, but always whispered. Like some boogeyman the Banuk want to forget.
Oh, dear
Not
Lord.
sure what went down, but I got the impression he messed with the Conclave. Or they messed with him.
The Conclave.
All the most important shamans gather in Banur from time to time to keep up with the latest mumbo-jumbo.
Oh.
No idea how they all fit into one tent without those crazy headdresses getting locked up on each other. Araya's been to that shindig, but when I asked her what it's like, she just gave me a dirty look. So if you want to know more, you'll have to find her and make her like you, I guess. Good luck.
So it's like a summit for shamans, and probably she's not allowed to talk to outsiders about what a summit is like, only to other shamans.
You said you've lived out here for 2 winters?
Aye. Back home, some fur traders told me about this steel-forsaken heap of tents. Good location. Ripe for change. We were barely scraping by until this place started filling up for Araya. A great prophet is coming, they said. I heard prophet. Honest mistake. Not that the Banuk are stingy, they just prefer to keep trade among themselves. We could get through to enough of them. We could really put this place on the map. Or at least on a map.
Oh, he's so likable.
We?
Me and my daughter. My assistant, Varja. My assistant and my daughter. We seem to get along better as business partners. Her mother
What?
wanted me to show her a trade. She started tinkering with weapons. Say, when you need a break from this Banuk carry-on, stop in and see her. You're both, how do I put it?
Women?
No, independent. Look for her at Long Notch, the easternmost Banuk camp.
This was so funny. We're both women.
I want to know more about this daemon.
It's crazy talk, Aloy.
Or there's something to it. Something connected to how the machines behave.
Then you need to find Araya. She was last seen headed for the mountains they call the Ice Rafts. I've heard only the shamans know the trail beyond those frozen peaks. But I do know where you could find her apprentice, Naltuk. He went north of the river, chasing rumors.
Rumors?
Not the good kind. Sudden attacks in the snow. Strange new structures. Some say a new machine, like no one's seen before.
Well, now I'm definitely interested. Thanks for the talk, Bergrand.
Don't mention it.
I wonder if Aratak can tell me more about Araya or Thunder's Drum. Might be worth a shot.
New strange structures. That is.
But soon fear will turn.
Oh.
You'll know you've come to the Frostfigures when you see the...
Yeah, where do I find your daughter slash assistant? Borgrand?
My song is brief now,
Borgrand?
but it'll... Mark my word.
Hello.
You seem sad, stranger. I heard you mention a flood.
Yes. A sudden deluge, without rain or melt to explain it. I'm Aloy, the drummer of Deep Din. Or at least I was, until it disappeared under the waters.
Deep Din. What's that?
A hollow, carved out by the old ones. A chamber, a basin, and a musical instrument all at once. My life, my calling. I'd explain it by playing for you if I could. But its pipes are deep under the water now.
A musical instrument?
So Deep Din is a place and a musical instrument?
Yes. Pipes that carry a perfect tone beneath a sonorous basin. A wondrous edifice the old ones used to carry music far and wide. During the war, my father played the pipes to rally the Banuk against the Karja. I'm the drummer now. But our battles are few and far between. Mostly I play for the joy of it. Or to remember my family. Of course, if the waters don't recede, what's the point of joy? Or remembering?
Is it like a orchestra pit? But where do the pipes come from?
So the waters came fast.
One day it was dry. The next, the nearby river had risen and the entire basin was flooded. I don't understand it. There was no rain, not even any clouds, and yet the river rose higher than I'd ever seen it. And there it remains.
Interesting.
A flood without rain. That is strange. Where is this place? I'll have a look if I'm in the area.
Just northwest of here. Look all you like, but I don't see what good it'll do. The floodwaters aren't going anywhere. How does one ask a river to relent? Deep Din, silenced by rising waters.
Oh hey, there's a special merchant.
And these bandits should realize that we feel like
I can sell you my stuff. Oh, I am low on blaze actually. That might be bad. I need blue gleam and I only got 4. Wow, these Banuk weapons are... They look very interesting. They look powerful. Get a free sample box. Always. Nora's Silent Hunter Master. Oh, I definitely want to have this. 80 blue gleam. Banuk Vera Chrono. Slow health recovery over time. I could afford this. Sure, I've got the money. Oh.
Trust the shamans.
It was still loading.
Blue light will show us the way to defeat the daemon's new machines.
Okay. Well, I'm fully equipped. Maybe it doesn't make sense to equip this now. So I'm just gonna change back to my Silent Hunter Heavy. Right, we got demonic machines and Scorcher. Weakness is freeze. But the blaze canister, this is kind of located inside his body. Okay, if we are shooting his power generator, then we can use fire arrows. But if we're just shooting at his body, fire doesn't even do anything. Which is kinda bad. Oops! Didn't want to pick that up again. Okay, let's talk to... Oh. Another side quest.
Sakui's painting is coming along. Seems like something.
I don't see it yet. But okay. Let's talk to Aratak. Was it? Aratak?
I do not want to hear this talk from you again. Doubt is heavier than a week's snow.
Forgive me, my chieftain. We will be ready for the next attempt.
But this will not be an attempt. It must be done. Do you understand?
My chieftain.
Good. Outlander, I suppose you wish to speak?
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, so not only Bergrund has doubts about this whole operation, also fellow other Banuk fighters do. I mean, it's understandable because they just sent a batch of their best men to deal with the situation and they all died. Must make anyone squeamish. Let's do some small talk. Yo, Varrock.
Did your Warwick come from this place?
No, we rallied most of our hunters from across Banur to face the threat of the demon. But I was born here and stayed to fight the Karja when others retreated into the mountains. A few of my old warriors remained with me, those who survived.
And the expedition to Thunder's Drum.
You're set on going back to the mountain?
I have put my word to it.
Even with the risks being so great?
The risk of what? Death?
Yes.
It would be a worse fate to bow our heads to the challenge and say too much.
Would it be worse? Really? How would that be worse? What's Song's Edge?
There are other Warracks in Song's Edge too?
Yes. The village has its own life for all Banuk who need trade or shelter. After the war ended, it sprang up from what was once a campsite, quick as the bloom between frosts. Perhaps it will last until the Karja seek war again.
Oh, I love the snow-themed proverbs already. Song's Edge is this village, right?
This Daemon you talked about.
If you are hardy enough, you can venture out and see the signs yourself.
What?
It has changed the machines, made them fiercer.
Oh yeah,
stronger.
we saw that.
What is it?
I saw it.
A matter for the shamans to debate.
So shamans are responsible for the machines, I guess. You just fight the machines.
Aurea knows about this Daemon. Where would I talk to her?
She does a shaman's work. That is not for the eyes and ears of others. Certainly not an Outlander's.
But you taught Silence, right? Don't I want to mention Silence's name? No?
Well, I guess that's it then.
Good. I prefer deeds to words.
Right.
That was very uninformational, but okay. I mean, regarding to our Leia.
If there is anything I can do to aid the Warrack, I am honored to serve.
Yeah, in the ceremony, okay, 2 birds came down and grabbed his 2 assistants.
Offer themselves to us.
Something like that.
We take from them gratefully.
And they flew them away. But afterwards they said they're kinda going to heaven now or something, implying that they are now dead or something. I didn't get it. I don't get it. Okay, there's a quest below. Song's Edge.
Okay, if I want to learn more about how this Daemon affects the machines, I've got to find Aurea. And to do that, I need to talk to her apprentice, who followed the river north.
Oh, it's a hot springs.
Wait a moment.
Sorry, I need to check this out first. Why is this all red? What are you even doing here?
Of course, they all want blue cloth.
My hands will be stained for weeks.
No, wait, what are they doing? Are they washing their clothes here? I thought this was a hot spring.
We'll have to become better hunters.
To, like, you know, relax and enjoy the warmth. They're kind of washing their clothes in here.
It's unnatural. Seeing the Tallneck leaning against the ice.
Light. It must be.
Outlander!
Who are you? Are you a shaman?
That weapon of yours, Outlander, that spear. I can see the blue light upon it.
This? It was made by an acquaintance of mine.
Ah, a shaman.
No. More of a tinker?
A tinker does not understand the spark in the metal, the song in the metal like this. But it could be improved upon, modified with the help of the old ones. Far north of here there is a cave, a shaft in the snow. Within it is a nest of metal birds. Find a bird that hasn't been stripped by shamans past. Look for a rail inside it, the length of your spear. That's all I can tell you.
Get a rail from some metal birds in a cave. Sounds perfectly normal.
Oh, I love Aloy. Yeah, so it does mean, it means what? It means Silence has shaman training at least. That's why he knows how to craft things like that. The blue spark in the metal that we see everywhere here. Those blue cables, light cables.
We work our fingers raw at the dye camps, but still the hunters complain about the colors of their garments.
Okay, we're just gonna...
Any news from the hunt?
The herd isn't roaming far from the camp.
Keep them together this time.
Then we wait. But I bet we'll see a stray.
All right, I'll keep watch tonight.
They're just gossiping here. They said I need to follow a river, but there's no river. Oh, the goats need 2 shots? I am low on ingredients for fast traveling packs, right? No, actually I'm good. I can craft 11 of these. Okay, where are the side quests on my map? Waterlogged. Oh my god, that's so far away. I'm sorry. We probably want to take care of that Tallneck first.
This'll last.
I remember we need fox. We need to kill foxes, right? Turkey, goat.
I'll tuck that away. A Tallneck? What did it take to knock one of those over? They're built to last.
Oh, it's toppled over? Crazy. Demonic scrappers. Well, better stay out of their way.
Encased in ice. It fell a long time ago. But the scavengers have just gotten started.
Great. Kill the scrappers. I can't override them.
You're going down.
Oh, there are birds. Glinthawks. Great. How did I miss?
Right on target.
Oh god! What is happening? Well, this attracted some machines. There are 2 Glinthawks. Wait, the Glinthawk is not... The Glinthawk is not corrupted. Okay. Oh, camera. Okay, how to deal with the Glinthawks. Nice. Oh, okay. Nice.
That's the last of the scavengers. Should scan the Tallneck. See how deep the damage goes.
Scan the Tallneck.
It looks like the scavengers ripped out 3 major parts. If I could bring them back, maybe I could even reactivate it. Get at what's inside its head.
Oh no! Wait, how do I find them? Oh, it's marked on the map. Great. Ah, this is a fetch quest.